Hello, everyone. Tina Hogan Grant here. It's my monthly chat where I like to connect with readers, see what you're up to, and let you know what I am doing and what I'm working on, and just have a little chit chat with you all. So if you can see me and hear me just okay or fine, give me a hello, shout out, tell me where you're from, and we'll talk about what's going on in my life. Again, I'm Tina Hogan Grant. I'm here in sunny California. The weather here is gorgeous, and I can't believe it's going to be November next month. So we're really lucky right now here in California. What is the weather like for you? Hey, Karen, how you doing, my dear? Are you at work or are you at home with your feet up? Hey, Tina, good to see you. My monthly chat, what I like to do, and connect with all of you guys and see what you're up to. Darlene is here. Hey, Darlene, good to see you. We are bordering the 70s. That's the temperature in Virginia. We got a lot of people popping up. I'm in Alabama. Tina says she's in Alabama. Karen is at work till 8 o'clock. Well, thank you so much for tuning in while you're at work. I really appreciate it. We are like 75, 80 right now, so I'm enjoying this weather, but in a heartbeat, it's going to just snap like that and the temperatures will drop. So that's going to happen anytime soon, but I still have to water, which I get tired of. But we are in a drought, so I'm not watering as much as I should. Hey, Lori. Lori is here. She said it's sunny in Pennsylvania. Karen said it's warm. Darla Ford is here. She's in Pittsburgh. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I love doing these chats once a month on a Friday. I always do it on what I call my book Friday. It's the day that I am home. I don't leave the house, but I did go to the post office today. I had some giveaways to ship. So if you're expecting a giveaway from me in the last week, then they were shipped today. A few of them I shipped on Monday too. So there's some giveaways going out there. And if it's one of my books, I hope that you enjoy it. If you've not read my books before, Darlene said it's 64th in North Carolina. Carol Kane said it's lovely weather in Texas, 63 in Buffalo from Sherry. All over the nation, you guys are here. Let me know what the temperatures are. I love it. So what have I been up to? Well, today is my book Friday, like I said. I like to stay at home, and it's the one day where I pretty much mute my phone and just concentrate on book stuff, the stuff that I need to get caught up on, do some writing. But everything I do today is related to books. And yes, going to the post office, I look at as, related to books. And I spent this morning writing some more of the prequel for Reckless. Well, I'm going to say the trilogy. It's actually the prequel for the entire trilogy, the Tammy Melrose trilogy. And I'm actually halfway through it. So I think by the end of next week, the prequel for the trilogy will be finished. So excited about that, but it won't be released for a few more months. And the reason being is because it needs a cover. And I have booked a date with my cover designer for February the 6th. So she's going to do the cover for the trilogy for the Tammy Melrose series. She'll start it on February the 6th, and it usually takes for about a week. But I'm telling myself, so while that is with the cover designer, I can write the short stories. So by the time the cover design starts for the trilogy prequel, I should hopefully have the short stories completed. So I'm excited about that too. I don't have a title yet for the prequel. I have some floating around in my head, but I might actually have you guys pick the title for me, especially if you've read the trilogy. It might be fun to give you some ideas of what's floating in my head as far as a title goes for the prequel, and I might just take a vote from you and see which one you like for the trilogy. I don't have a lot of ideas. I'm still writing it, but I think by the end of the time I finish the prequel, then I should have some more ideas for the title. How would you like that if I put up a survey or a poll up in the group and I get your votes on a title for the prequel? How would that be? Would you like that idea? I think that'd be a lot of fun. And whichever one gets the most votes, I'll end up going with. So That way, you guys are involved in, part of the prequel. I think it'd be kind of fun. So I think I would do that. Lori says that would be fun. I see a couple of Facebook users. I believe you're watching me from the group, which is okay. That's fine. It's just that it's a private group. So StreamYard won't release me your name. You can always hop over to my author page where it's not private, and I'll be able to see your name. But you're fine where you are. Your name will show up after the live feed when we're no longer live, and I can see who you were, but just by looking at the comments. But yeah, I think I will do that. That'll be a lot of fun. So that's what I've been working on this morning. I think I wrote about 3,000 words of the trilogy, and it's a part of, for those of you that have read the trilogy, you know that it's based on my life, and Tammy is me. So what I decided to do the prequel on was something that's not included in the books, but it did happen, and it kind of gives you a sense of the direction of where the book is going. Thus being the first one called Reckless Beginnings. So this kind of leads you into that title. So that is kind of a little hint of where the book's going. And I thought about including this event that I'm writing about in the story, but for whatever reason, I had a good reason in my mind, maybe because I knew back then that I needed a prequel, and that's why I didn't put it in the book. But it did happen. It is more events of Tammy, and it wasn't included in the trilogy. And yes, I'm going back to my Tammy days writing this prequel, but it's actually, kind of fun. I haven't, visited these trilogies in a while. So to go back into Tammy's world again and start writing, and the characters that are in the books, they're all in the prequel too. It's kind of fun. I enjoy going back. So that's what I'm working on. And then, like I said, I hope to have the prequel finished by next week. It's not a big book. It's just a short prequel. Right now I'm on, I think, chapter 6. And then once that's done, I will have it go out to the editor. She has, what's the name of my next book coming out? I've forgotten. Open Arms. Lord, Open Arms. My editor is working on Open Arms. So as soon as she's done with that, then I will send her the prequel, and she can clean that up for me, and we'll put that aside. And in the meantime, I'll start writing the short stories. And I think what I'm going to do with the short stories is, because I can't get the cover done for the trilogy until February the 6th, I'm going to have all those short stories written. That's my goal, to have more written by the time that comes around. And I'm going to just put them all into a paperback edition and on Kindle as one book, as a short story collection. So it will come out as a paperback, it'll come out as a Kindle, and of course it will need a cover. But instead of just releasing each book separately, each short story, I'm just going to make it a paperback with all short stories ready to be released as one book. So I think I'm going to do that. And if you are a subscriber to my newsletter, you will be getting the prequel for free. That I've already decided on. You subscribe to my newsletter, you will get the prequel for free, but I won't be sending it out until the cover is on it. And as far as the short stories go, which will be related to the fishing adventures that weren't included in the trilogy, you'll be getting some of those for free too. Not all of them, but you will be getting, I'll handpick a few that I send to my newsletter subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, then I will let you know in the future when those things are going to become available for free to my subscribers. And if you want to sign up for that, I'd love to have you on board. My newsletter goes out twice a month, on the 15th and the 1st. I don't spam you. And they're just, little things about what's going on in my books. And I try and give you some sales, some other authors, and just, it's a bit news, but it's twice a month. So that's what I'm going to be doing for my subscribers. I like, because you subscribe to my newsletters, I just like to give you little bonus features. So you will be getting some of those for free, and you will be getting definitely the prequel to the Tammy Melrose trilogy for free too. I'm putting some comments up for you guys. Sherry says, we love Tammy Melrose, great series to read. Thank you so much. Virgie says she can't wait for Open Arms. Nor can I. I can't wait either. I get excited every time the book goes to the editor, because it's getting closer to getting to be released. And it actually, I enjoy writing the Sabella series. It was kind of nice to take a break from the Sabella series. And I did that because of the readers asked me to work on the Tommy Mellows trilogy and the prequel. So I'm taking a little break. But my goal is in 3 months to have all the Tommy Mellows trilogies finished, the short stories, and then resume the Sabella series and finish the last book. And I'm telling myself now, this is the last book for the Sabella series when I do start it. And it's going to be about 3 months because I have another idea for a series that I'm anxious to start, and I won't start it until I've completed the Sabella series. So I've got this work cut out for me. And what's this comment right here? Darla Ford says, I'm looking forward to reading Reckless Beginnings and started. Did you get your book yet, Darla? It has been mailed. I know that you won Reckless Beginnings, the paperback edition. And I think it was mailed Monday. It was supposed to go out Friday, but I didn't make it to the post office. So it went out Monday, but it did go out medium mail, which can take 5 to 7 days. So if you haven't got it yet, it would definitely be there next week because it was shipped medium mail. She says, I did not yet. Okay, so it will definitely be there, like I said, next week, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, because it has been shipped. But I did want her to just follow up on that because I think I told you that we mailed last week and I didn't make it to the post office. So, but I know it went up Monday with a couple of other books. So let me know if you don't get it by the end of next week, and I will look at the tracking number and see what's going on. But crossing fingers, you will get it in a few weeks. So that is the news regarding my books. Yes, Open Arms, which will be my next book. My goal is to have it out by December, which we are it's November in what, 9 days, 10 days. So, okay, we can do this. It's with my editor for the first round of edits. And next week, because the book is now with the edits, next week, if you're in my review team or in my street team, I will be posting that I'm seeking reviewers. It's getting to that time now where I will need reviewers for Open Arms. I would love to have you read my books. I love those that continue to read the books and leave me great reviews. And if you're in the street team or the review group, then you're going to get first dibs on whether or not you would like to review Open Arms. But I'm going to be posting next week. And I do want to point out that it's not what I'm thinking of. It's not necessary that you review every single book if you're in the review team or the street team. We all get busy. We all have things coming up, and especially the holidays coming up right around the corner. I totally understand. If you can't review the next book, it's fine. It doesn't mean that you can never review again. That's why I ask and I don't insist. So if you can't do this one, it's totally fine. There's always, hopefully, there will be other books that you can review. But like I said, I wanted to go through the first edits, before I hand it to you. But now that it's with the editor, I can start gathering the review team together and getting the names, and then I will, get that all up and running. So I'm guessing around 2 to 3 weeks that the book will be ready to go to the reviewers. It still will have to go through one more round of edits, but at least it will be the initial edit is gone through. So that's going to be happening next week in the review team and the street team. They get first dibs, and then depending on how many reviews I get from those two groups, I then will go to my group, read more books, and if I need more reviewers, then I'll go in there and recruit. And I'll also give you the option of joining the street team or the review team, or both. You can join both. The street team is basically when I post weekly my post about my books that you share it. But I also give the option of you review my books, but you don't have to review the books in the street team. It's an option I give you. And I appreciate everything that you guys do in the street team. And Karen, who is here, she's my moderator, my administrator in the street team group, and she does a fabulous job of organizing the post, getting the word out there, and recruiting street team members. I try and do giveaways in the street team. My way of saying thank you for sharing my work and an incentive to share. And in November, we'll be doing another giveaway. So October, we did Reckless Beginnings birthday, which was really, really fantastic. Reckless Beginnings managed to make #1 in Amazon. Thank you so much for all of you that shared, that grabbed my book, and I hope you're enjoying it. But it was a great month for Reckless Beginnings. And it's been 4 years since that book came out. So that I still find hard to believe. So, but that's what started this journey, my writing journey. And it's one book that is just close to my heart. And I like to celebrate that book in particular every year because it's brought me down this path. And I've met some fantastic people because of it and written more books. So thank you so much for Karen, for what you do in the group, and for you, all of you that are in the Street Team group. I really, really appreciate you. Let's see. Virgie Lane says, I'd love to review your book, but I don't read ebooks. I only have my phone and it's a pain. I understand that. Right now, I can only do ebooks for reviewers. But if you happen to get the paperback or win a paperback, you're more than happy to, want to leave a review with that. That's fine. But right now, because of the cost, I can only offer ebooks for my reviewers. That's all I can do right now. If it was cheaper, I would definitely give all of you paperbacks, but it's just not feasible with the cost of paperbacks. Lisa Haney says, I love Reckless Beginnings. So that's the news, what I'm working on. And the cover for Open Arms, I do have. And of course, I love it. I love my cover designer. She's done all my covers for all my books. She knows what I want. She knows what I like. And I really do like Open Arms. I said that about all my covers, but I really do like this cover. And I hope you do too. And again, my subscribers to my newsletter will be seeing it first. I just treat them, with a little bit of, special because, they subscribe to my newsletter. So they will be seeing it first. And let me think, November 1st is when my next newsletter goes out. And that newsletter will have the cover for Open Arms, and it will also have the blurb. And I will post in my group and on my author page a link probably a couple of days before. If you want to see the cover before anyone else and read the blurb for anybody else, you can more than happy to sign up for the newsletter. And also, if you do sign up, you will get Davin for free, which is the prequel to the Sabella series. And you also get the first chapter of Slater for free. And then, of course, you'll be seeing the cover for Open Arms and reading the blurb. But I try to give the subscribers, the first sight of most of the things that, involve my work. It's the least I can do. So that is something to look forward to. And then probably, a week later, I'll be sharing it in the group. And more than likely, on my next chat like this, which will be in a month, I probably read the blurb. I don't know, we'll see, or something from the book for Open Arms, because by then it'll be in the viewer's hands. They'll have a little insight to it. So a lot to look forward to. So that's what I've been working on. Let's see. So what else have I been doing? Well, in 9 or 10 days, we got Halloween coming up. Any of you guys celebrate Halloween? You have kids, grandkids? Do you decorate your house, anything like that? We don't up here. We don't do Halloween up here. I think I've told you before, it's a small mountain community. We have no street lights. We have bears. We have, mountain lions. We have wildlife. So it's not really a safe place for kids to go trick-or-treating. But they do have community things where the stores in town will have, trunk or treat, something like that. My kids, my grandkids, of course, they celebrate in the city. They'll be going trick-or-treating. And if, a few years I've gone down there and joined them, but not this year. This year, I'm just going to be home. So, and I like the quiet nights. So, I'm fine with that. But I'm sorry. Okay, Darla Ford has to go to work. No worries, Darla. Go to work and let me know if you get that book. Tina says we don't celebrate Halloween anymore. I don't watch horror movies either. I don't read horror books. I'm just not into horror, I guess. But a lot of people love it, and that's totally fine. It's just not being my cup of tea. Speaking of tea, I have my tea in my wonderful mug that Elaine Sapp bought me. And it says, be careful or you'll end up in my novel. It was a nice surprise gift from Elaine Sapp. I love it. So cheers, everyone. Karen says, I'm dressing up for work for Halloween. Oh, that'll be fun. So what are you going to dress up as, Karen? You got to let me know. And I want to see pictures too. So, in fact, I have a chat on Halloween night. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get an author booked For Halloween, October the 31st is my next cuppa and a natter. And I do have an author signed up for that. Her name is Jewel Selbo. She will be joining me on my cuppa and a natter October 31st. So if you're home and not out trick-or-treating with the grandkids or your kids, come join us. It'll be a fun night for Halloween. She's a new author to me, so I'm excited to talk to her. I'm not sure if I should dress up or not for my live chat. I don't know. Uh, Karen's dressing up. Maybe I should. I'm not even going to go there. I haven't dressed up in years for Halloween, but it is on Halloween night, so that'll be a fun chat. And you can send me pictures too for your Halloweens and let me see what you did to celebrate. I might have a contest in the group just for Halloween and do some giveaways. We'll see. That'll be a lot of fun. Let me see. What's this one? The Facebook says, laugh online, she has Bob, Gordon, Miss Ellie, Miss Ted to protect her. I do. Oh, and don't forget Toby. Toby hasn't been around in a couple of days. Hope he's okay. Chip was here, my chipmunk. He was here this morning. I haven't posted pictures up there in a while. I need to post some pictures for them. And I will be doing a live read today too. I like to do those and doing some giveaways. With November being right around the corner, after Halloween, we get that out of the way. I'm going to be thinking about Christmas already because before I know it, it's going to be here really soon. So November, let me know if you were in the group last year for the Christmas ornament exchange. And did you take part in it? I think that was a lot of fun. And I think we should do it again this year. It'll be the second annual Christmas ornament exchange if we do it. But I think it was a lot of fun. And I saw some really beautiful ornaments that were exchanged between all of you. So I would like to do that again this year. But I need to organize it in November so that we can get it posted and get the people that would like to sign up for it and get the names and teams organized. So I think in November, I think I will post that for the Christmas ornament gift exchange. That's what I called it. And Virgie said she loved it. And Karen said she loved it. Lisa says, yes, Christmas is right around the corner. I'll be here before. Exactly. So I need to start thinking about activities in the group for Christmas. I got to ask this. Has anyone started Christmas shopping yet? I think you all know by now I'm a last minute shopper. I'm not an online shopper. If I was, I could get my Christmas shopping done in no time, but I'm not. I like to go to stores as long as they're still around and actually see what I'm buying and feel what I'm buying. And, I'm just an old fashioned shopper. So I always leave Christmas shopping until the last minute. Always. I'm terrible for this. I think last year I did Christmas shopping around the 20th of December. And spent the rest of the week just wrapping presents. But let me know who started Christmas shopping yet. One of the things I do want to ask you, look at this. Virgie says, almost finished Christmas shopping. Wow. I haven't even thought about Christmas shopping yet. But I am starting in the group early because it's posts and there's things that need to be shipped. And here's another one. Leisha, where is it? Leisha, no. Diana, yes, for myself. Leisha says, I have done pretty much a lot of it. You guys are good. I need to learn from all of you. I'm terrible. And I've done this every year. And then I complain when it gets close to Christmas that I haven't done any shopping yet. And I still don't learn. Every year I do this. But what I want to ask is I have two grandsons, James and Luke. Luke is going to be, I think Luke just turned 7. James is going to be 11. And they love to read. They really love to read. So I'd like to buy them some books for Christmas. James has read the Harry Potter series. So that one's out. But if you have any recommendations for a 7-year-old and an 11-year-old boy for Christmas, James does like, I guess, box sets, groups of books. So leave them in the comments. Let me know if you come across any. Let me know in the group. But they do like to read. So I do like to buy them books for Christmas. And I'm kind of out of touch with young boys reading, so junior reading. Let me know in the comments, or if you come across any. Oh, here's one right here. Diane says the Hardy Boys series. I've got to write these down. Hardy Boys series. I'm writing it down. for 11-year-olds and 7-year-olds. Now, Hardy Boy series, would that be for any age, or would it be for the oldest or the youngest? I need age groups too. Are they into Star Wars? They are not. They are not. They're not into Star Wars. Let me see. I'm looking something that my brother likes. I think James reads Goosebumps. I'm going to look. That's a good idea, Lori, because there might be some new ones. I'm not sure which ones he has, but I can check with mom and dad. So Goosebumps. And in fact, my son was into Goosebumps. How long has Goosebumps been around? I think as long as Scooby-Doo. Let's see. Check out Goosebumps series. Virgie Lane says that. And Christopher Pike books. I'm writing these down because I might not find them in the comments after the live. So excuse me for writing. Christmas Pike books. I've got some good ideas here. See, books I can order online because I know exactly what I'm getting. But when it comes to clothes, I never buy online. I like to try my clothes on. Here's another one, another series. This is from Ted. Okay, writing this down. Ted Decker series. Okay, well, great. I'm glad I asked because I'm kind of at a loss when it comes to children's books. What's this one say? Any age. Okay, that's for the one that she posted. The Green Ember. I never heard of any of these. So this is great. The Green Ember series. I've got some research to do now. I can look up some of these books. And I like the fact that they are series. James loves series. He loved the Harry Potter series. I got that from a couple of years ago. The box set. Here's another one. Okay. This is great. I'm going to go back through the comments after the live. This one is the Wing Feather Saga. And of course, my pen stopped writing. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. The Wing Feather Saga. Okay, great. All right, I'm happy. Oh, they keep coming. Christy Archie has a series about dragons. I enjoyed that one. I'm going to put it up here so I can just get the name because it's small print in my comments. So I'm writing this down, and then I will go back after the live and see if I can find some more. This one's about dragons. Okay. I had to put it up on the screen so I could read it. I don't have my glasses on. I don't think you've ever seen me with my glasses on. Anyways, thank you guys. That is great. All right, what's this? The I Survive series. All right. Okay. I got a lot of ideas here. I'm glad I asked you. But yeah, Christmas shopping is something I am terrible at doing. Back to the group. So I think we would do the Christmas ornament exchange. I think that's a lot of fun. And I will be posting in probably the first few weeks of November so I can get enough people involved so it's successful. Last year we had a lot of people. And it went really well. Everyone got the ornaments and maybe one issue. But other than that, it went really good. So we're going to be doing that. We are going to be having the annual Christmas party in December. I have yet to fix a date. And I will be asking authors to join us for that. There'll be tons of giveaways. There'll be a day for giveaways. I really enjoy our Christmas parties. They are so much fun. We've been doing those every year now, I think, since the group started. And I think I have no idea how. I think the group is going on 4 years next year. So 3 or 4 years. So that's something we've been doing every year. And we will be doing that. And I also want to I did last year and I had a lot of fun doing a live chat with 5 other authors. And we had a blast. We shared recipes. We shared Christmas traditions. I'm going to be doing that again this year. Just not sure who the authors will be yet. But that was a lot of fun. So those are the 3 things that we will be doing for the holiday season. If there's anything else you want to do in the group or if you have any ideas, I mean, it's one of the biggest, for me in the group, it's one of the biggest, events that we do in the group. The other one that I like to do, of course, is St. Patrick's Day. You all know that I'm half Irish. My dad was Irish, and it's also a memory for my dad. So that is something that's huge to me every year. But that's next year. We're not even there yet. Let's concentrate on Christmas. So if you have any ideas for Christmas that you want to do, another, party event or something to celebrate, throw it out there in the comments or mention it in the group, or you can message me. But right now we have the party, we have the Christmas ornament gift exchange, and I will be doing a live chat with hopefully at least 5 other authors. I just got to find the authors that want to talk to me. I'll find some. So that'll be a lot of fun. So that's what we're doing with that. Now, let's see how we're doing on time. We're doing okay on time. I think, let me see. So something else I wanted to mention, but of course it's out of my head now. All right, that's fine. Oh, Renee just joined us. Hi, Renee. How are you doing? The other thing, too, while I'm doing this live, if you have any questions for me, go ahead and put me in the comments. As if there's nothing you don't know about me anymore. I think I've shared everything I can that I want you to know. But if you have any questions that you know haven't been asked, then go ahead and put them up in the comments, and I will try and answer them. A book has changed. Oh, Tina is saying. Oh, wait. Sorry. Here you are, Tina. Tina, book has changed might be fun. That might be a good idea. I mean, okay, I'll give that some thought. That might be a good idea. We'll give that some thought. I'm looking forward to chatting with you the day after Christmas. I wish I knew who you were. Maybe you're an author that I'm chatting with on the 26th. I just don't have my calendar in front of you. Let me know who you are in the comments. You must be an author I'm going to be chatting with. I must be chatting the day after Christmas, but let me know in the comments. Paula joined us. Hey, Paula, good to see you. Oh, now I see who it is. Ashley. She's going to be joining me the day after Christmas. She is joining me the day after Christmas, a cuppa and a natter. She also goes by Katie Murski, but Ashley Cobb Post. We're going to be talking about her latest books. It'll be a lot of fun. You must be in my group, Ashley. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. And December 26th is Boxing Day in England. We call that Boxing Day. Don't call that over here, do you? But yeah, it's known as Boxing Day in England. All right, so I'm looking at the time. We're making good time, and I think we should do a live read. What do you think? Time for a live read? And I also want to talk about some giveaways. Oh, the other thing I want to do too is I think once a month when I do these chats, I'll share with you what book I'm currently reading and just give, a little shout out to that author. So after my live read, I'll let you know what I'm reading. And I think once a month, I'll be just letting you know what I'm reading and give a shout out to that author. So because it is Reckless Beginning's birthday month, I thought I would read from that book. It's almost over with. It's about 10 more days, 9 more days. I've got to cut my bangs. I'm seeing how long they are. Yes, I do cut my own bangs. But because it is the birthday month for Reckless Beginnings, the book that started this all and made it to #1 in Amazon this month. Thank you to those that grabbed the book and for those that shared it in my street tip. You guys did a really good job sharing the post for Reckless Beginnings this month. It got shared a lot, and it was a fabulous month for Reckless Beginnings. So thank you, everyone that, grabbed this book or helped get the word out. So I'm going to read from this book. And as you know, most of you should know by now that it's based on my life. Tammy is me. And I'll talk it's me. I was very naive as a young person, and I did a lot of stupid things. I think we all did. So I'm not the only one. But we made lots of bad choices in life. This one, Reckless Beginnings, takes you down that path of, how naive I was, how, I'm going to say stupid at some times in my life. And the part of the book I'm going to read to you just shows you just how naive I was, or Tammy was. Stephen is her love interest in this book. And if you haven't read the book, it's basically about Tammy dealing with finding out that the love interest / father of her child is a heroin addict, and the ordeals that she goes through and the challenges she faces. But the part of the book I'm going to read to you, Tammy's not aware yet that Stephen is a heroin addict. And it just gives you an insight to Stephen's personality and how naive Tammy was, and how we tend to look at things the way we want to look at things, and kind of what's right in front of our face, we don't want to believe it, and we just kind of push it aside because we're afraid that, the life that we have might be destroyed. So I think a lot of us do that. We tend to look at things in life that we want, how we want to look at it. And even though the truth is right there in front of you, you just turn a blind eye to it. So I'm going to read from you, and this chapter doesn't give a lot away from the book. It just gives you an insight to Stephen, his personality, and it's chapter 32. So that's the one I thought I would read. And I see Elaine Sapp just made it. Hey, Elaine, I have your cup here. Thank you so much. I'm drinking from the wonderful cup that you bought me. So cheers, and cheers to all of you, if you have a cuppa or your drink of choice. So that's what I'm going to read. Chapter 32, Reckless Beginnings. Don't you feel guilty for leaving all of our stuff behind for Bill to deal with? Tammy asked Stephen as they walked out of their apartment for the last time, carrying only a bag of clothes each. Don't you think it's kind of rude? I do, she added. Stephen walked in front of her with a bulky duffel bag draped over his right shoulder. Nah, not at all. Look at it like we're leaving him the furniture in lieu of what we owe him for rent, he said as she approached the car, opened the trunk, and tossed his bag freely inside, not caring where it landed. Yeah, I suppose so, but I can't help feeling like a criminal. I feel like we're running away and being totally irresponsible. She dropped her bag next to his and closed the trunk before jumping in the car next to Stephen. Clearly not wanting to wait around for a second longer than necessary, he was already sitting in the driver's seat and revving the engine. I still think we should tell work we're quitting. I hate to just leave without saying anything. Stephen began to back out of the driveway, wishing Tammy would just shut up and stop worrying about all the minor details. Unbeknown to Tammy, he owed money to a few people at work. If he showed up and announced he was quitting, there was a chance they'd start asking for the money back in front of Tammy. He couldn't allow that to happen. It's better this way. I don't want to explain to everyone while we're moving. It's none of their business. Let's just go pick up our checks and get out of here. Tammy silently rolled her eyes and sighed in defeat. Already tired from the whole ordeal, the last thing she wanted was to start an argument. She had to keep reminding herself that this is for the best. They were about to start a new life with a new baby. Soon this would be all behind them. Over the course of the next hour, they had picked up their checks and cashed them at the bank before sitting back in the car to discuss their upcoming journey. Seattle was about 800 miles away. With a few stops along the way, they estimated they could be there in roughly 12 hours. I'll drive the first leg because I have to make a quick stop, Stephen said. A stop where? Tammy asked, puzzled. She knew they already had everything they needed for the trip. It's just a quick stop. It'll only take a minute. Geez, Tammy, what's with all the damn questions today? Sorry, Tammy snapped, angered by his outburst. I just didn't realize we had more stops to make. Driving out of Lone Ridge, the reality of what Tammy was doing slowly began to sink in. It reminded her of the time she left England, leaving behind the security of having a dad close by, and unsure of where her future was headed. This time around, Tammy's mind taunted her with doubts. Had her father been right? Had she been too hasty with the decision to leave town and move 800 miles away? She knew it was too late to turn around now. She just hoped once again she was doing the right thing. About 10 miles out of town, Stephen exited the highway and turned left onto a desolate, dark road. Where are we going? Tammy asked. This is the stop I had to make. It'll only take a minute, I promise. Tammy saw nothing but empty meadows and scattered oak trees through the clouds of dust that surrounded the car. As they continued down the bumpy road, she heard the barking of an agitated dog in the distance, which seemed to become louder and clearer as they slowly approached the house on the horizon. Driving closer, she saw it was more of a run-down shack than a house. Who could possibly live out here? Tammy wondered. What was left of the flaky white paint was now peeling away from the wood. All the windows, a few of which were broken, had faded, worn sheets hanging in front of them from inside the house. The German Shepherd, which was tied to a long, rusty chain, continued its frenzied barking as they pulled up to the front. Why have a pet if you're going to chain it up all day? It doesn't seem fair, she said. She said to Stephen as they came to a stop. I don't know. It's not my dog. Wait here, Stephen ordered. I'll be right back. Who lives out here? Tammy asked. It's just a buddy of mine. I owe him some money, he replied, fumbling with the door handle. Money for what? Tammy screeched. They barely had enough money to get to Seattle, let alone give money away to his so-called buddies. Tammy couldn't understand why he suddenly seemed so worried about paying someone back when he never bothered to pay any rent to the landlord for 3 whole months. It didn't make any bloody sense. Stephen had hoped to leave the car without being drilled with a bunch of questions, but she wasn't going to let that happen. When I was short one month, he loaned me a few bucks, okay? How much is a few bucks? The money we have is supposed to be our drive, she protested. Quit worrying, Tammy. We'll have enough, Stephen snapped, with his back now turned towards her. He stepped out of the car and let the door swing shut. Crouching down, he looked at her through the open window. I'll be back in a minute. Fine. Whatever. Tammy folded her arms in disgust, leaned back in her seat, and closed her eyes, refusing to look at him. Half an hour later, Stephen returned. Furious, Tammy yelled, What the fuck took you so fucking long? She didn't wait for him to answer. You said you'd only be a minute. She hollered as he got back into the car. With no apology, he gave Tammy that same cocky grin that she'd grown to hate, started the car, and slid into reverse. Relax, okay? He said, giving her knee a gentle squeeze. Still angry, Tammy quickly slapped it away. Don't touch me. Oh, come on, don't be like that. I said I was sorry, okay? We got to talking, and I lost track of time. But I'm here now. We have no more stops to make, so we can get on the open road. Come on, babe. Let's not start the trip like this. Well, stop pissing me off then. Tammy began to calm down. I'm sorry I got mad, but gee, Stephen, half an hour is a little more than 5 minutes. Don't you blame me? Yeah, I get it. But now we're going to Seattle, he said with a beaming smile while shaking her arm. Tammy couldn't help but join him with a smile of her own. That's better, Stephen gleamed at her, while putting the car in gear and headed for the main road. Seattle, here we come, he bellowed out of the window, as they sped down the dirt road, leaving a trail of dust behind them. 14 hours later, at 3 o'clock in the morning, they finally reached the dim streets of Seattle. Both tired from the trip, they decided to seek a motel for the rest of the night, so they could get a good night's sleep and freshen up before calling Stephen's new boss in the morning. As they drove through the blocks, hoping to find a vacancy sign, Tammy began to feel uneasy. Homeless people lined the streets on both sides, sleeping in makeshift tents or cardboard boxes. Some were still awake, chugging liquor out of brown paper bags, and she swore she saw a prostitute or two stepping into vehicles on street corners. Stephen, I don't think we're in a good part of town. Don't worry, it's only for one night. We'll be fine, he said, trying to ease her discomfort, while scouting the neighborhood through the window. There has to be a motel around here someplace. Wanting to get off the streets as soon as possible, Tammy joined him in the hunt. For 20 minutes, they drove aimlessly up and down the darkened streets, their eyes fixed on each of the passing buildings. Tammy breathed a sign of relief when she finally spotted a green vacancy sign blinking brightly over a shadowed building on her right. There's one, she squealed with excitement, sitting bolt upright in her seat. Stephen lowered his head and glared out of her window. Where? There! Tammy pointed, Stephen in the right direction. It's called the Lagoon. Stephen followed her finger. Oh, I see it now. He pulled into the driveway of the motel, bringing the car to a stop in front of the office. Tammy waited in the car with the engine running while Stephen left to get a room. A few minutes later, he returned with key in hand and put the car in drive. Okay, we're in room 118. The guy at the desk said it's in the middle of the row of rooms on the left. Tammy joined in the search, reading each room number illuminated by the dim lights of the parking lot, while Stephen inched the car along. There it is, Tammy said, pointing in the direction of the room with a finger. Stephen saw the room and pulled into the parking space in front, bringing the car to a stop. After grabbing their bags from the trunk, they both headed to the room, looking forward to crashing on the bed and getting some well-needed rest. Disappointment flooded Tammy as soon as she entered the dark and dingy motel room. Overpowered by the odor of damp, musty air, she covered her nose and mouth with her hands. My God, this is bloody awful. Tammy muffled through the material of her sleeve. She glanced at the vile orange and gold wallpaper in horror, and then down at the stains covering the bright orange shag carpet. Her eyes turned to the queen-size bed, topped with a thin, faded orange bedspread. She shuddered at the thought of sleeping in it. Stephen tossed her bags on the bed and the keys on a small wooden table beneath the TV, which was padlocked to a metal rack high on the wall. If the room itself was this bad, Tammy dreaded the thought of how the other facilities were going to look. Adjusting to the foul smell of the room, she removed her hands from her face and cautiously made her way over to the door she assumed led to the bathroom. Jesus Christ, this is disgusting, she hollered to Stephen as she quickly recovered her face. How could anyone feel clean bathing in this filth? She walked across the cracked white tiled floor to the single sink, blotched with rust and other questionable blemishes. Ugh, she mumbled. To her right was a small shower. shielded with a clear plastic shower curtain. At least it would have been clear if it weren't for the years of soap scum clinging to it. Tammy peeked behind the curtain. Fucking gross, she grumbled, eyeing the paint peeling away from the filthy tiles and the blackened mold growing around the edges. Are you done? Stephen called from the room. I need to use the bathroom. Tammy reappeared. I don't know that you go in there. You might never come out alive. And then she turned serious. You know, you don't have to go to the bathroom to take your medicine, Stephen. I'm okay with it. Huh? Stephen looked puzzled. And then he remembered the diabetic thing. Oh, yeah. No, thanks. I prefer it this way. She raised her hands in surrender. Sorry. Just trying to make it easy for you. Go ahead. It's all yours, she said as she slithered past him and perched on the edge of the bed. I'm glad we're only here for one night. This place is bloody awful. It's not that bad, Stephen said with a grin before closing the bathroom door behind him. Contemplating if she should take off her shoes or not, she quickly opted for the latter when she spotted a cockroach scurrying across the carpet. Yuck! She squealed, flinging her feet up on the bed. With the decision made not to remove her shoes or clothes, Tammy lay down on top of the bedspread and cringed as her head sank into the musty pillow. Despite her ill feelings towards the horrendous accommodations, exhaustion soon took over and Tammy drifted off to sleep. 15 minutes later, Stephen crept out of the bathroom. The subtle sound of Tammy's light snoring moved music to his ears. Letting out a sigh of relief, he uttered, Finally, she's asleep. Knowing he would need his rig first thing in the morning, he taped it above the water line inside the toilet tank, a hiding place he had often used at home, since Tammy found his previous spot under the sink, and now believes he's a diabetic. As the effects of the drug rushed through his veins, an amazing feeling of warmth and calmness smothered his entire body. The drug was telling him that life was good. Staring at the bed, his eyes and head began to feel heavy. He let his body fall like a lifeless rag doll onto the bedspread, not caring where or how he landed, and drifted off into a deep, drug-induced sleep shortly after. So that's chapter 32, and it gives you a little insight on Stephen and how naive Tammy is when it comes to Stephen's action. So I hope you enjoyed that. Lois says she's enjoying that. Let me see what this one says. Hold on. Sonia, I'm so glad I received my series straight from Tina. Yay! And I hope you enjoyed it. Loved it. Karen says she loved it. Yeah, I like to do a little reading from one of my books each time, I do a live read. And I figure being Reckless Beginning's birthday, why not? We'll do a little bit from that. And I don't think I've read that chapter before live. So that was a new chapter that I like to read. So I hope you enjoyed it. Now I'm going to tell you what I've been reading. I'm reading this one right now. Let me take that comment off. Hold on 1 second. Oh, it was there. Here we go. So I'm reading this one right now, Hannah and Ariel by Johnny Bernard, and I am really enjoying this. I've read her other books. So a little shout out for Johnny Bernard. It is a very good book. I am enjoying it. And in fact, Johnny will be joining me next month for a live chat, and we will be talking about this book. So each time I do a chat, I will let you know what I am reading. But yeah, this is very good. And we'll probably read the blurb and everything during the live chat. So as of now, I'm enjoying it. I will leave a review. And I hope you can join us for the chat. I don't have the date in front of me. I've got a feeling it's towards the end of November. But don't quote me on that. I don't have the date. But I look forward to chatting with her about this book. So that's what I'm reading. Let me know what you're reading in the comments if you want to. And if you have any questions, I'm putting up some comments. I purchased the Tammy Miller series. Thank you, Lisha, for your youngest sister. I hope she enjoys it. Do let me know. Has she read it yet? Let me know if she's read it yet or if she enjoys it. I hope she does, of course. Let me see. And then there was something else I want to put up here. Hold on. I can't find it. I see a question and then it's gone. It went by so fast. Oh, well, never mind. What I do like to do too, also on these chats, is do some giveaways. I like to do giveaways. Of course, I usually like to give away the book that I'm reading, which is Reckless Beginnings. But if you've read Reckless Beginnings or you have a copy, but I always tell people, especially around this time of year, because Christmas is right around the corner, even if you have Reckless Beginnings or any of the books, They'll make good Christmas gifts, and I will sign it to, whoever you choose. If you want to give the book as a gift to somebody for Christmas, I'd be more than happy to sign it to them, and they'll also get the bookmarks and the magnet to match the book you choose. So I will be picking the winner for a paperback of choice. Reckless Beginnings is the one I'm offering. But if you decide to choose another one, whether it be from the Tammy Mello trilogy or from the Sabella series, it's totally fine. And you also have the choice of winning Open Arms. But keep in mind, you won't get a copy of that until the book comes out, which is going to be in December. You'll be on the list of books to be mailed out on publication day. So you do have options. You can choose from either of those. But I just want to remind people that, any books, not just mine, make great Christmas gifts. So, oh, look at this. I like this. Dana says, my sister would love this series. I hope so, Dana. That would be fantastic. Thank you so much. I love that. And I also wanted to point out, too, I know all of you are in my group. I see all your names. I love that you are a member of the group, and that I'm also on Instagram. Oh my God, I forgot. On TikTok, not on too often TikTok. And Karen, again, thank you for managing my TikTok account. You do a great job, but I am on TikTok and Pinterest. I'm on Pinterest and Instagram. I think that's it. LinkedIn, I'm doing a little bit here and there, but not much. And I do not do Twitter. There's just too much drama on Twitter, so I tend to not go on Twitter. That's one I don't like. The other thing I want to give away, if you don't have any of these, I would like to send you a full set of the Tammy Mellows bookmarks and magnets. You see those? So if you don't have a set yet, I've mailed out a lot of these, so I know a lot of you do have them. But if you don't have them, or if you would like a set to give away as stocking stuffers or a gift for Christmas, go ahead and leave a comment in the just put something like swag or yes swag. And I'll just go through the comments, and whoever has put that they would like some swag, I will send you some. But especially if you don't have a set, I'd love for people to have a set of these and put the 3 magnets on the fridge and show them off to your friends. And, that's why I like to send those things. So those I'm giving away too. So we have a paperback I'm going to give away, swag, whether it be for you or a stocking stuffer or, friend, that's fine. I like to give those away too. It'll be a complete set, the magnets and the bookmarks. And the other thing I'm going to give away is this is a coffee mug that I just got yesterday. It's kind of hard to show with the reflection of, I don't know if you can see it with the computer reflection, but it's a Reckless Beginnings coffee mug. And it says on it, she wanted the American dream, but got a nightmare. So this is the Reckless Beginnings coffee mug. I'm slowly getting some mugs together, just individual books. I don't know if you can see that very well. Can you see that? It's really pretty. The screen is not really doing it justice because you have the reflection of my computer and you have the reflection of the lights. But it's a really pretty mug, and I'd like to give one of you one of those. So those are the 3 gifts I'm giving away. So Lisa says she can see it. And I have another one coming. This one just happened to come yesterday. But I'm trying to get a collection of mugs of all my books, whether it be a trilogy on one mug or each book individually. And I'm kind of playing around. This one I do like. So this one I think I'm going to be giving away. And then I have one coming, Better Endings, just Better Endings book. But I like to put the book on a graphic. So that one I've ordered, and then I have one for the reunions. I'm still not. I had one, I ordered one for Jill, and I still haven't received it yet. That was ordered like a month and a half ago. I'm not sure what happened to that. I have to email the guy. That just reminded me. I still haven't received my Jill one, but I want to get more of the Sabella series. They will be in black coffee mugs. I haven't got any of those out yet. But anyways, the Reckless Beginning ones I did like, so that one I'm going to give away. I have more coming, and I'd like to give a variety of coffee mugs for all my books, and you can try and collect the whole set. Obviously, I cannot sell these mugs. They're for promotional purpose only because my license is not extended. So these are, usually on giveaways and stuff like that, you can message me and we can find a way for you to get one, but I cannot put them out for sale. I just cannot do that. It would be, yeah, Renee said we also have the whole set. This is what Renee said. That would be kind of fun. To have a collection of like 7 coffee mugs of the Sabella series, all black coffee mugs. For some reason, I want those in black and red ink. And because it's a romance, I think those would be kind of cool. And then the Sabella Tammy Melrose trilogy will be white mugs. But I think like I said, when I get the Better Endings one and the Reunions one, I will be giving away those too and show them to you. And I got to look into my Sabella ones because I don't have any of those yet. Let me see. I love black coffee mugs too. Someone's writing, they love black coffee mugs. Yeah, I love coffee mugs. And the other thing I want to do, I have all these ideas, but it takes time. I want to do, hold on, let me get rid of this. The other thing I'm working on is totes. I want to do a Tammy Melrose trilogy tote, and I want to do a Sabella series tote. But first of all, I need to get my mugs organized. I'm going ahead of the game here, but look out for totes coming up. They won't be available until after Christmas. So unless, I work faster, but those are some of the things I definitely want to do too, is a tote for both series. So that's about it. That's my news for this month. I'm trying to think. I'm going to bring up my calendar. Today is, what's the date today? It's the 21st. The 21st? Is it the 20? It is the 21st, which means my next live chat where I go solo will be will be the 18th. Friday, the 18th of November. So that will be my next live chat. Of course, I'll post it in the groups. Chip's in my feeder. He just popped in. I wish you could see him. Little Chip. You've seen pictures of him, but Chip the chipmunk, he's feeding right now. That's why I'm not looking at the screen. He's a cutie. So yes, that'll be my next live chat solo. And hopefully you'll join me for my Cuppa and a Nada a week from Monday. This weekend, what am I doing this weekend? Tomorrow is Saturday. I'm working off the hill. And Sunday, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what I'm doing Sunday. I'll figure it out. I'm not sure. Oh, I know what we're doing. Me and hubby are going to go quad riding. We're going to pack a lunch and we're going to go take the quads and drive around. We haven't done that in a few weeks. So we're going to go do that before the weather turns. And I'll be asking all of you what your plans are for the weekend when I'm in the group. So everyone, thank you so much. This is always a lot of fun. I love, connecting with you guys and hanging out, giving you my news and hearing what you are doing. And I will announce the winners soon after this live chat. The reason why I don't want to do it now is because I don't know some of your names. I see a Facebook user. I don't know who you are, like this one right here. So I'm just going to wait until the names appear, which will be after the chat is finished. And that way I can see who you are. So give me about 15 minutes. I'm going to give away the coffee mug and a book of choice. And if you want some swag, just write swag under your name in the comments and I'll be reaching out to you over the weekend if I don't have your address. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend and I will talk to you soon. Bye.